Welcome to the circus, you guys. Today we are going to be looking at the Natasha Denona CircoLoco palette. My video will be a little bit of a different format than what you've seen. I plan to do lid swatches of every single shade in this palette and then create this look at the end. If you're interested in seeing what those individual shades look like on my lids, as well as a look and my final thoughts, then please keep watching. Alright guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Oh my god, I'm so excited. First of all, I'm excited about this look because honey, it is gorgeous. But second of all, I'm excited that I'm able to bring this style of video to you. As soon as I saw the palette, I knew that this is the style of video that I wanted to bring to you. It wasn't really going to be a review because we love Natasha Denona most of the time. 99% of the time her stuff performs perfectly for me. It was going to be more about like really showcasing each individual shade and helping you see if this is a palette that you want or not. Now the reason for that is look at this palette. It is absolutely colorful and gorgeous, but I mean, do they really look the way that they look in the palette? How do they look on the lid? How do they perform? All of that. So when I saw the palette, I knew that I wanted to do lid swatches. Now, my lids have taken, obviously this is the end of the video because I have the final look, but my lids took a beating. But as you're going through the lid swatches, what you're gonna see is like, man, this was definitely needed. I'm so excited to bring all of those lid swatches to you. Let's go ahead without further ado and get into it. Hey guys, okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the palette. I think it's gonna take just a little bit to get through this video simply because we are gonna be doing individual lid swatches, which was really important for me on this palette, and I'll tell you why. Let's just get started on the palette. This is the Natasha Denona CircoLoco. We're going to the circus. We're going to the circus. Okay, I'll calm down. But basically, we got a little sneak peek of this like maybe like a couple months ago from someone on Instagram. She didn't want us to tell anybody, and we kept it very quiet. But when we saw it, Kara and I and Dr. Ash were like, oh, this is gonna be ours. It's so, so pretty. It gives us all the color we need. So let me show it to you. There is the palette. It's gorgeous, guys. I mean, it screams a circus, right? I mean, look at all that color that we have there. This is one of her bigger palettes. I guess her mid-size palettes. They're $129 there. I'm not gonna get too into the specifics of Natasha Denona because so many reviews out there have already been done on this palette. What I will tell you is standard to Natasha Denona, it comes with the little poke holes here that you can use to pop out the pans to rearrange it however you'd like. And the formulas that are included in this palette are the matte, the creamy matte, the metallic, and the sparkling metallic. And on the back of the box here, it gives you all of the ingredients and it kind of tells you how to use each formula. So it says for creamy matte and creamy powder, apply with a fluffy eyeshadow brush to blend or detail brushes for precision. And then for metallic and sparkling metallic, you can apply different shapes of brushes for a subtle application, or for high payoff or a foiled finish, apply with a damp eyeshadow brush or with the tip of your finger. So they're just kind of letting you know for different finishes what you can do. What can I tell you guys? You guys already know, if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, that I love color, and lately that's sort of what was persuading me or pulling me away from luxury makeup, which is my love, is the lack of color in the eyeshadow palettes and products that we get from luxury brands. And so Natasha Denona is like a mid-size, mid-range / luxury brand, to be quite honest, for me. And so this gives me everything that I need. I love the packaging. It's, you know, plastic. It's got like a little metallic or magnetic closure, if you will. The pan sizes, I wish, like others have said, that it was one of the smaller palettes because the pan sizes are big in this $129 palette. And I just don't see anybody going through all of these colors or using them on the daily. And that brings me to my point as to why I wanted to do the lid swatches for this video as opposed to just the arm swatches that you've seen in other videos. I think those are helpful, and they give you more look inspo, but I just think for me, like, I want to see truly what that shade looks like. And so with a palette that has no neutrals, it has, you know, I guess it has transition shades that we're gonna use, but it almost seems like a companion palette to me, and that's why I wanted you guys to get the full effect on the lid and to be able to see exactly how the color pops on the lid, on medium skin tone, before you decide to buy it. Now, if you decide to buy it, the palette is $129. However, VIB sale is coming up in just a couple weeks, I think. If you're Rouge, you get 20% off the palette, which is a substantial discount. Anyway, you can get a discount on this, so I would say just wait, watch the reviews, watch the look inspos, see if this is truly a palette that you want. Now, when it comes to, you know, I guess formula and how it's going to perform, I haven't even touched this yet. I wanted to do it on camera with you guys. What I'm going to tell you is that, like, you know, as far as I can tell from the Natasha Denona palettes that I have, like, her performance is pretty much always spot on. It's very consistent from what I've experienced with Natasha Denona. So very, very excited to get into this. During the video, don't forget to give me a like. If you like what you see, consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. I do have a lot of eyeshadow palette reviews. That's sort of what drew me in when I started my channel. So definitely check out that playlist, which I've listed down below in the description box. And, you know, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I have a lot of fun over there. I just picked up TikTok, and I always encourage people to follow me on Peloton if that's your thing. I just like to stay social with all of you guys. That's where we can get a little more personal. We can DM each other back and forth about makeup releases or makeup news or anything at all. We're here to build a community. And so I always get so excited when you come and you follow me there. I just think it's a blast. So go do that if you're inclined to. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start our lid swatches on this palette. What I think I'm gonna do, just so that I don't overwhelm myself, is I'm gonna start swatching from top to bottom, and I'll start with this orange shade here. And then I'll do one shade on each eye. We have a total of 15 shades, so I'm gonna try to time lapse through the application so that you can just see the eyes and what they look like. But you'll see me applying them, that way you see what brush I'm using. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the music and let's go. Okay, just kidding. I just wanted to say real quick that these are the brushes that I'm gonna be using for the shades, or for the lid swatches. This is a Cleona brush. I have a Chantecaille brush, a Refer brush, and a Sigma brush. These are all going to give me different finishes, but at the same time, I'm looking for brushes that will lay the product down flat so you guys can get maximum pigment payoff when you're looking at it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys so you guys know what I'm doing with my brushes. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here we have Firework and Electric. Let me talk to you a little bit about what I thought about the swatches. So for the orange one, I used my Chantecaille shade and Sweep, and it did take me quite a bit to build it up to get this intensity. That being said, that I like, because I was a little scared that the shades would be so overly pigmented that it would be hard to find shades that could work as a transition shade. And so I am happy that it builds up nicely, but it goes on a little soft so that if you want to use it as a transition shade, you can. If you're lighter complected and don't want the crazy boom of color, this will be a nice one that you can build up as preferred, but it's gonna help you do that. Now for this one, let me see, fallout, no fallout on this side. For this one, I used my Sigma brush, and this is a creamy matte. And so I want to point that out because it looks like when I pick up the pigment initially on the brush, it sets down really, really nicely. And then, but you have to keep it like almost in that same spot where you initially set it. But I started blending out at the top just to see what it would do. And it does diffuse out very nicely into a softer blue. And so I just wanted to point that out. And so again, this is Firework and this is Electric. Okay, so here's Spiral and Razzle Dazzle. And oh my goodness, you guys, I am so excited about Razzle Dazzle. It's such a beautiful jewel tone shade. I mean, it just pops. It's gorgeous. There was a little bit of fallout when I was putting it on, as you saw, but I was just being super messy with it. So I think a little bit was just fallout from the pigment, but then some of it was just me being kind of reckless. This one is pretty as well. Oh, before I go, I wanted to say that the blue color Electric that I had here, it did have a little bit of fallout. So I just wanted to point that out. Even though it was a creamy matte, it still had fallout. This one is a Spiral, and it's like a shimmery color, like almost like a topper shade with a lot less pow or pigment than Firework, which was the matte orange that we did initially. So this leads me to believe that it's probably one of those metallic. So I wanted to just, while on camera with you, I want to spray my brush and then go over it and see if we get that foiled effect that the box was talking about. All right, so I've sprayed it with just a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury. Oh yeah. So it definitely goes on. All right, let me bring you in. It definitely goes on foiled. I know some of it is being lost with the color or with the lights, but it definitely foils up the intensity of the shadow. I don't know if I love this as much as the first one, but you know, these are swatches. I love this one, is so pretty. The blue one is pretty. The first orange one is gorgeous. Let's go ahead and go to the next two. Okay, you guys, these two shades. Let me pull you out. You guys are all up in my grill. All right, these two shades are the reason why I knew that for this palette, we had to do lid swatches. Simply because an arm swatch is not gonna do this color justice. Another thing is that when we're using it in looks, I think that it can be used to look pretty, but you don't get the full impact of what that color really is until you get it all over the lid. But I'm just so excited. Okay, so we have Grin here. This is the beautiful, like, foiled glittery gold here. Grin here. And we have Magic here. And oh my gosh, is this color magic. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next two. Okay, these are beautiful, beautiful shades. I'm gonna take you out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I did Acrobat and and Canon. Okay, these bronzy shades are not usually my thing. Like, I'm good. Even with Pat McGrath, like the bronzy shades, the bronzy reds, they're usually not my thing. This one is beautiful. From the 3 oranges that I've tried so far, I feel like Spiral's kind of a waste to be in the palette, because I feel like the matte orange and this one, the Canon that I just used, is so beautiful, so well done. I thought it was great. And then this Acrobat color here, super pigmented. It kind of reminds me of a shade that I would find in the Metropolis palette, so if that gives you any indication. I also think that it did something super unique when I was applying it. So I applied it very heavy pigment. Let me bring you in. So I applied it very heavy pigment, and then I just, with the fluff of the brush, I started kind of going towards the outside just very lightly to kind of buff it out a little bit. And do you see that different beautiful gradient that happened there? It's like when it dilutes into like a lighter color, kind of like a sea foam maybe. I don't know, it just looks so pretty. I'm obsessed with the last 2 shades. Again, Acrobat and Canon. So those are these shades here. Let's go ahead and go to the next 2. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next 2, which look super beautiful. But so I'll just show you. It's the Aerolist, which is like a shimmery purple, and then the Snow Cone, which is like this really pretty, like, there we go, like a snow cone color, and then this purpley shimmer color. I did want to make a note of my eyes, because Acrobat, that blue that I had here, it sort of stained my eye a little bit. I haven't been doing primer in between lid swatches because I didn't want to, just kind of moisturizing. I didn't want to leave them on too long, so I didn't want it to grip too much. But I think what I'm gonna do with this one here, just so that it doesn't ruin the color payoff of the lid swatch that I'm trying to accomplish, I'll do a primer that will kind of cancel out the stain that I just got from that color. It honestly hasn't gone away too much. I didn't think about it because with my medium skin tone, I don't normally have staining on the lids. I've never really experienced that. So because it's still stained a little bit, we will do Aerolist here and Snow Cone, which is the more blue tone, here on this lid, okay?
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg igen? Du vill ha ice a little fit.
All right, so I turned down the lights a little bit because I feel like it was looking too washed out. Let me show you what these eyes look like. I absolutely love them. I will say that Aerolist, the one with the purple shimmer, it comes off more silver on the eye. And that's okay. I think it's gonna be more of like a topper shade or an inner corner highlight, if you will. With Snow Cone, I didn't expect to be this opaque. It's so beautiful, and in my opinion, although the lid was a little stained, this totally covered it up, this shade here. So I love it so much. I think it's so beautiful. And I was very pleasantly surprised by this one. All right, stay with me. We have 5 more shades. Okay, and here we have Flip and Act. These are so pretty, you guys. This purple one, Act, this one has like, I guess like a little duochrome shift to it. I haven't seen that in the other metallics, but it's got like, it's blue, but then it has like it's purple, but it has a blue shift with like blue sparkle in it. It's really beautiful. This one here. And then this one is just pigmented and just gorgeous like every other shade. So nothing to do, nothing to say here except perfect. Love it, love it. Okay, you guys saw me smile with this one. Let me pull you out a little bit so you can appreciate it. All right, so you guys saw me smile with this one. Although it doesn't, you can't, like, it doesn't jump out at you. Even in person, I feel like the camera is giving me a true representation of what I see. It's so pretty, you guys. So I'm like, I was applying it and I'm like, bravo, because I feel like the orange one, the first matte orange, which was Firework that I applied, had to be built up, but it was soft initially. This is another beautiful transition shade, and I think because of the color that it is, it's kind of pastel-y. It's gonna show up on really light skin tones. On our medium skin tone, it might not show up as much, but I'm telling you, in person, it's a beautiful transition shade. And then on deep complexions, it's gonna look gorgeous as well. So I'm very excited about this one. And then, so this one's Cotton Candy, which is spot on. And then this one's Fun Toe Mime. I'll put it down here. It's Fun Toe Mime, so like a mime show, I guess. It's also very, very pretty, very pastel-y. I don't know. It looks a little dry on my lid. That could be because I've totally beat up my lids, but I don't think so. I think that this one's a little bit of a drier formula, which kind of caught me off guard because Natasha Denona has very creamy mattes. I don't know, but it's still pretty. I like it. I'll definitely find a way to use it. Now, lastly, we are going to be swatching this one here, which is Joker. Now, when I saw it, oh my God, you guys, I knew that I wanted to do lid swatches, but then number two, that I wanted to do this on both shades so that on both lids, so you guys could truly appreciate this color. I just did a video with my Propa Beauty lipsticks and I talked about just a perfect melony berry color, like a melon berry color. That's what this one screams to me, and I'm so excited. I don't know why I've been so obsessed with this shade of pink or berry, but it's so beautiful in person and I can't wait to swatch this on the lids for you guys. So let's go ahead and swatch the last shade.
Nada más que solo palabras, y si no las cumples se van a desvanecer. Algún día.
Wow, wow, wow. Look at this color, you guys. It just pops. It's so, so pretty. I'm looking at it. It is just, it's a different type. I mean, I have absolutely nothing like this in my collection. There's a lot of shades in this palette that are unique, but oh my goodness, I love this so much. This one is the last shade, Joker. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a look with the palette. One look this time. I'll have a follow-up video with more looks, and I will come back with my final thoughts. And here's the final look. Now, you guys are gonna see that final look in just a second. Your girl forgot to hit play. So you're still gonna see it because thankfully I recorded it for TikTok. However, you're not gonna see the full look the way I would have recorded it for the video. Don't worry, I have more look inspos coming for the palette. I just think that there's so many ways that you can go with it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and insert this clip here and then we'll get into our final thoughts.
Con esos besos, chica, me emocionó. Con tu cuerpo y tu nivel, quieres otra vez. Sé que tú quieres conmigo, amor, todos esos placeres que brinda la vida y que nos hace tan feliz.
All right, guys, so take a look at this final look. I mean, it is dope. Like, I don't know, man. It's so pretty. To be honest, I was kind of feeling a little bit weird about it. And then here at the top, what I ended up doing to blend everything together is I went in with this cotton candy color. Oh my gosh, it just tightened everything really nicely, blended it out seamlessly, and I just love it. I love the way that the look came out. I like how it brings out the color in my eyes a little bit more. And I just think I'm just getting started. I need to definitely work on more looks for you guys so you guys can see what I'm thinking or the vision I see. Now, let's talk about the palette just a little bit. Number one, as you saw through the lid swatches, I mean, there's just some shades that were just meant to be swatched all over the lid so you guys could really appreciate how beautiful these pigments, these colors are. I think out of all of the shades, if I have to just call out a few, the standouts to me are gonna be Firework, the first matte orange, which caught my attention on this palette. This color Magic is, I mean, just like they say, magic. It is magic, honey. And that's what I have in the outer corner there. It's so beautiful. This one, Joker, is a standout. And then these two, I can't gloss over them. Snow Cone, like this trio right here, I can't gloss over it. It's just so pretty. But I mean, in general, the entire palette is absolutely gorgeous. Now, again, I've said this before, this is not an everyday palette unless you live in my or Kara's world. I mean, we do wear these kind of looks every day. But, you know, it's something fun that if you don't have a lot of color in your collection, you can definitely pick this up and just have a lot of fun with it. You can throw in some neutral shades from maybe like your Glam palette or the bronze shade and then just oomph it up with these colors. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy that I have it. Luckily, I had a $100 gift card to Sephora, so I only ended up paying $29 for it, but man, I'm so excited that I have it. All of the shades performed beautifully. The only one that was like a little dry looking was this one here, which is the Fun Toe Mime. This one, it came out of a little dry, so I don't know what was up with that, but either way, you can make it work. It's absolutely beautiful. I have seen some people say like, you know, it's not their first palette right away, or their favorite palette right away or whatnot. I'm gonna disagree with that. I absolutely loved it. I love the way that it works. I love the color that I created. I don't feel like this is a companion palette. I can totally create looks without another palette or a neutral shade or anything like that. And you know, the quality was good. I like that we have the mix of formulas, and I'm just so excited to have it. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm so sorry about not recording the look. That's so annoying, but don't worry, I will have more look inspos for this palette. I'll probably do like a 5 looks, 1 palette type of video for you guys. I just wanted to get this up and I wanted to do the lid shades. That was just my vision when I saw this palette for you guys, and I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you guys, after seeing the lid swatches, can really determine if it's for you or not. My recommendation again would be to wait for VIB. It's just the VIB sale at Sephora. It's just in a couple weeks. So I would say if you can get any discount on it, definitely do that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this style of video. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Are you getting it? Are you not? Which color was a standout for you? I will see you over on my Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Derrito el cono, en mis historias siempre te menciono. Pa' esa reina necesito un trono. Sin effects, mami, yo te entono. Con esos besos, chica, me